Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to be covering part 12 of what is now officially probably the longest series I've ever covered on any of my channels, and my favorite, I might add, which is titled, While Wife Thought Her Affair Was Going Unnoticed, Husband Was Playing the Long Game Preparing for War. And guys, as per usual, since like part 5, I'm not doing a big recap because you all know what's going on. But in our update today, we're going to cover a series of updates about all the key players, his ex-wife Emily, her getting a new lawyer, the new ideas and proposals with regards to this divorce, and the other key players in this story. And our guy is as funny as ever, and I think you'll definitely enjoy hearing what's going on here. It's been probably about a week and a half since I did an update. So he continues on with his story. He says, my mother-in-law, this is his soon-to-be ex-mother-in-law, says Emily's found and is paying for a new attorney. This should be good. She confirmed that Emily is reading How to Help Your Spouse Heal from Your Affair, Surviving Infidelity, Making Decisions, Recovering from the Pain, Torn as Under, Recovering from an Extramarital Affair, Not Just Friends. Emily is also attending Sunday and Wednesday church services. How do you know she's actually reading those books? How do you know she didn't just get those books for her mom to see she's acting them and would tell you? And she needs a whole lot of Jesus, so keep sending her to church. Emily confessed to the affair with her family and friends as far as it not being a coerced thing. She says it was a willful affair, but not that she was a sugar baby. Well, of course, she had to leave that part out. She's painting it as a typical affair type of thing, for lack of a better term. I had Jim and his wife do me a favor and go through my old house and remove all the pictures of Emily and I and some other things and box them up and take them to Emily's house. Jim is his buddy. That triggered her into a long barrage of texts like, why would I ever want to not have pictures of us together? You're getting divorced. He doesn't want to be with you, let alone see pictures of you, you idiot. Like, it doesn't hurt like hell for me to see it. Am I punishing her? Just to be clear, the only thing I talk about myself in my communications with my mother-in-law is general stuff as how I'm doing and what I'm doing. I don't talk about how I feel about Emily or make moral judgments. Mother-in-law makes plenty of moral judgments these days for both of us. Honestly, my mother-in-law does most of the talking, which is fine with me. I miss hearing her voice sometimes. She's basically throwing herself into being a crazy plant lady, and crazy plant ladies know that April is a busy time of the year, doing crazy plant lady things. I'll update once we have more about the lawyer, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that was like a small update he did like a week ago. And I wasn't going to bother with that. I wasn't going to do a whole video on that. Now on to the main event, the thing he literally posted a few hours ago. And again, thank you to all you that let me know. I had like 10 fucking emails. As he did an update, he did an update. All that quickly. He says, the owner of the Airbnb has started having furniture delivered. Remember this guy staying in an Airbnb. I pushed it around and set it up in places. In some cases, I put it together. In the living area, I set up a huge TV and then set the coffee table in front of it. 2 armchairs behind the coffee table and the couch behind the 2 armchairs. The interior decorator the owner hired came in and laughed at me and told me it looked like Star Trek. I impressed her with feats of strength, moving around furniture and hanging pictures and shelves. She offered me a job. At the end of it all, I asked if she was flirting with me because I'm stupid like that. And she said yes and gave me her card. Dude, you're on a roll. The girls at the bar from the last video and now this chick. But you know what? Get your practice. Have fun. I called up my lawyer and she called me back eventually and I asked her about maybe going out on a date with someone, and she metaphorically dope slapped me upside the head and told me that no, I couldn't go commit adultery with anyone during my at-fault divorce for adultery. Oh well. Yeah, dude. No, don't do anything that can help Emily's case. Just you can engage with these girls, do your practicing with flirting, keep a few cards and numbers on layaway, and then when you're free, knock yourself out. But don't do anything to screw it up. Listen to your lawyer. But man, she was a beautiful Indian gal with delicate features and a posh British accent. I don't care. She'll be around. In fact, if you don't call her, that's obviously going to make her probably wonder about you. That's a good thing. She looked like a Bollywood actress. Oh well. I guess I'll know when I'm single. I'll at least go get asked to the prom. It's prom season now, and after all, I guess that's why I'm so giddy while writing this whole story. He says, I unlocked Bev's husband and messaged him. Bev is Emily's friend, who obviously has known what Emily was up to this whole time. And this guy obviously wanted to warn her husband. I met up with him for coffee, or what I assume would be coffee. This man ordered an iced tea, maca latte, like we were on a TikTok date. He's a little older than me. He works construction, is built like a pro football lineman, despite his beverage choices. Yeah, you expect someone like that to have a black coffee or something, not the maca latte. We're only acquainted with each other due to our wives, so after some talk at surface level stuff, I asked him how he's doing with Bev. He said he thought something was up because he would see her texting and laughing. He thought she might be having an emotional affair because she's always at home with the toddler. She's not conventionally attractive, being around 100 pounds overweight, but her husband likes it that way. He was dreading confronting her about it, but after getting my text, he did. 100 pounds overweight? Okay, let's just say she's under 5'8". That's a lot. That's a lot of girl to love. Shit, he clearly likes the big ones with a capital fucking B. A little extra junk in the trunk, that's okay with me, but 100 pounds, a little extra 100 pounds? No, thank you. She confessed to the whole thing and basically living vicariously through it because Emily was talking about their fancy dates, Emily's spa trips, hotel room service, and John was taking her to boutiques that didn't have price tags on their items. Every time Emily would cry and feel guilty, Bev admitted to encouraging her to have one last big fling of fun before settling down and becoming a mostly stay-at-home mom like her, and telling her if I divorce her, I'll find out. She deserved this, blah, 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 basically being an enemy of our marriage. There you go. Not that Emily made her choices here, but her friend is egging her on. Don't try to understand women. Women understand women. They hate each other. Bev's husband rightfully figured that if Bev could do this, she could cheat on him. You're darn right, but then again, if she's carrying around an extra 100 pounds on her ass, it's going to be challenging, unless she finds other dudes that like chicks with 100 extra pounds on their ass. He told Bev he was divorcing her. Nice job, dude. But Bev put on the full court press, deleting her social media, blocking Emily, and swearing never to talk to her again. Doesn't matter. Full access to her phone, computer. She booked therapy for them and paid for it, starting to work part-time again, blah, blah, blah. She's a nail tech. Those people can make money hand over fist. Y'all, you have no idea. Well, with all these promises, maybe she can buy a fucking treadmill. Is that an idea? Bev's husband consulted an attorney and was basically told that he would lose a lot of money and she would probably get majority custody because what she didn't constitute adultery or infidelity, so it would be a no-fault divorce. Not surprised. Since her only infraction was having my wife be her favorite reality TV show, Bev's husband decided to stay and work in the marriage because he didn't want to lose access to his son. A lot of pros and cons to that. I mean, how many stories have I covered where there was divorce and the wife got the full custody or most of the custody and did everything she could to make it difficult? Think he's ever going to trust her again? Should probably get put on another fucking 100 pounds just to spite him. He showed me pictures and videos of the kid. Let me tell you, I don't know anything about toddlers, but that one is a very cute kid, so I understand. He said that Emily and Bev have not been in contact, and Bev has deleted most of her social media and has a Facebook account with only her family. Mom, dad, siblings, in-laws, etc. Yeah, what about a fake social media accounts? What about a second phone hidden away? He said he doesn't trust her as much anymore, and they're working on it. He said he respected me, but he wouldn't be able to respect himself and stay with a wife who did what mine did, especially if there was no kids involved. Thanks for the advice, buddy. Well, this guy's going to be slipping one eye open going forward. Well, on to the Emily and her new lawyer. Well, we got an offer from Emily's new attorney. Emily wanted another face-to-face meeting, but I declined. Good idea. Let's just rapid-fire our crap at each other and get this over with, Emily. I've had enough of her high-end hooker identity crisis, so here it is. If Emily cheats again, I guess this is the offer that she had. If Emily cheats again, emotionally, physically, digitally, or she even thinks about sexting someone who uses cologne from Italy, I get 75% of her liquid assets and half of her business profits for the past 3 years prior to the adultery, not exceeding 100 grand. In all seriousness, there was a full legal dry, boring definition of infidelity. If I cheat, it's a no-fault divorce and we split everything 50-50, no alimony either way. Good thing you didn't call the Indian babe. She'll pay for my attorney and hers out of her business profits and reimburse the $10,000 emergency fund. Post-nups becomes void if we stay together for 10 years without infidelity, which feels ambitious considering the first 10 years include the erotic Saks Fifth Avenue rewards program. If voided, both parties waive future claims to asset or alimony tied to this agreement. Again, this is what they're offering. He has made this so clear to her and her previous attorney and her mom and anybody else that could listen and understand his language that he doesn't want to stay with her. Also, Emily agrees to full financial disclosure, including bank statements, business financials, credit reports, and any business relationship with men named John, or Jean. Anyone named John, John Johnson, or Jean Valjean invokes a double identity. Kidding. All financial disclosures will be kept with my lawyer or some other third party of my choice. Total mutual access to all electronic devices with no prior notice for 7 years. Any hidden or burner devices invoke the infidelity clause, followed by a dry description of undisclosed devices. So this whole marriage, if you want to call it, this idea that she has and proposing, you're going to be your fucking prison warden. Oh joy. If we need a divorce after this agreement, she waives all rights to spousal support unless I die tragically while doing something heroic, in which case she's allowed to cry at the funeral but not speak. Yeah, she could orchestrate your off to the afterlife, if you will. Weekly individual and couples counseling, minimum 12 months and paid by her, with a therapist selected by me and approved by the State Bar Association, the Vatican, and my group chat, capped at $10,000. No contact whatsoever with the affair partner or any of his businesses. If a wedding happens at his venue, she sends one of her stylists instead, or a goat, whatever's available. All I have to do in order to exit in this proposal paradise is to stay married to the prettiest hooker in town. My lawyer said it's a good deal, and she doesn't know a judge that wouldn't enforce, minus my sass, of course. She says if I was at all hesitant about not staying in the marriage, it's one of the best post-nups she's seen as far as a judicial enforceability goes. Of course, any judge has a lot of latitude, but she says she couldn't see any judge throwing it out of court, and she knows most of the judges around our area. Okay, yeah, that's all fine and dandy. Your lawyer thinks that's the best post-nup offer, terms and conditions she's ever seen, but again, that's a moot point. You don't want to fucking do it. Just to be clear, I rejected it. Well, thank God. I told my lawyer the bottom line is that these are my non-negotiables. She has to agree to an at-fault adultery divorce on the record. No alimony. I keep my 401k. I prefer for her to pay my attorney fees. Everything else is negotiable. She ain't going to pay your attorney fees. As far as everything outside of a lawyer cage match goes, Lisa is still divorcing John. John is the affair partner. And Lisa is his wife, and she's using this dude's attorney. Emily gave Emily gave over her affidavit, which helped, and she additionally offered to testify if needed. John's package must feel very depressed because the woman he fucks regularly seems to savagely turn on him, as they do. Attend to her needs first, sometimes, Johnny boy. John's kids don't want to go visit him, and he's trying to spin it like that Lisa is deliberately alienating him. If telling the truth is alienating, then I guess she's guilty. Lisa's encouraging them to have a relationship with their father because outside of him playing Johnny Appleseed with his semen, he's been a good, supportive, and attentive dad, attending their events and helping them with their studies, etc. That's pretty nice of her. She wouldn't have to do that. I'm not going to go into details of what she's asking for, but let's just say that if she gets what she's asking for, and I'm pretty sure she will, I'm very interested in offering my service as a sugar baby myself. Whatever a male sugar baby is, I'm not all in the horror lingo. My mother-in-law met me at my business and gave me more groceries, baked goods, and carousels because carousel is her love language. See, remember guys, he had a very good relationship with his very soon-to-be ex-mother-in-law. The problem is that this is a way for her to keep tabs on you. You cannot tell me she isn't just doing this because she cares about him. Her plan is she's hoping some way, somehow she could get through to him to give the daughter a second chance. I just don't buy it any other way. I do think she cares about him, but mother-in-laws are a tricky bunch. You know what I mean? A mother-in-law told me that Emily was there but sat quietly in the back seat. There you go. She brought his fucking wife in the back. Mother-in-law told me that she'd let her come along just to see me, and if she said anything or get out of the car, she would lose all emotional support from her family. I was wearing my Wrangler slacks and black t-shirt. Drink it in, Emily. Bullshit, that was on purpose. I was pissed at first, but ultimately grateful because my stomach didn't hurt as much as seeing her. I think I'm getting over it all. Well, you are, one day at a time. My mother-in-law and father-in-law are talking once again as predicted. They're both very disappointed and embarrassed at Emily's behavior. Well, they should be. Now, he goes into a bunch of parts, small things about his buddies, what they're up to. That's not really important. I don't care. So I'm just going to finish up the last paragraph. And he says, my lawyer told me that if I want to expedite things, I should abandon my no-contact policy and handwrite Emily a letter explaining in detail why reconciliation is off the table. I think I'll have to do that. I'll update in a couple days with what I propose to send her. Okay. So in a few days, he'll probably write about what he writes to her and all that. So if you guys happen to see it before I do, let me know. I'll definitely do it. So there you go, guys. Episode, what the hell is this? 11 or 12? I forget at this point. But anyhow, great story. This is probably my longest series I ever covered here, and it's definitely either my favorite or one of my top favorites. I still haven't quite decided. Some days it is, some days it isn't. But he's this guy. It's amazing what he's going through, and the sense of humor he has, and how he's pushing through. So it goes to show you guys, you can get through this stuff. You know, it may be hell, but you know what? Have a sense of humor about it. Roll with it. You know, he's going to do just fine once this is all done. And I still stand by my prediction. I'll be on episode 26 probably by July. But if he thinks that she's going to easily accept reconciliation, no way. I still think there's going to be a true last-ditch effort on her part to get his pity, and we can all speculate what that's going to be. And I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody, but so we shall see. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And, guys, you find a great story you want me to cover, send it my way, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. And if it's a good one, I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.